There's a root that contains compounds more powerful than turmeric's curcumin, grows in climates where turmeric dies instantly, produces 30 pounds per plant compared to turmeric's 3 pounds, and has been used medically in North America for 10,000 years. A plant so effective that indigenous healers considered it sacred medicine, so productive that one patch feeds and heals an entire community for generations, so hardy it survives under snow and comes back thicker every spring. Then pharmaceutical companies realized they couldn't patent it. Supplement companies realized they couldn't bottle it exclusively, so they promoted tropical turmeric that requires greenhouse conditions and special care while burying the North American alternative that grows like a weed and produces 10 times more medicine per square foot. This plant is called golden seal, and if you've only heard of it as an expensive supplement, that's because they needed you buying pills instead of growing infinite medicine in your backyard. But here's the twist that will save you thousands. One mature golden seal plant yields 6 ounces of dried root. Retail value of that root as supplements, $240. Your investment? 1 rhizome, maybe $5, and 0 ongoing cost. I'm Frank Miller, and this is Heritage Garden Wisdom, where we expose the cold, hardy turmeric alternative that indigenous peoples used as primary medicine for millennia, and why the supplement industry spent 50 years erasing it from modern herbalism. Subscribe right now and turn on notifications, because understanding why a plant that produces $12,000 worth of medicine over 50 years from a single $5 investment was systematically suppressed reveals everything about pharmaceutical profit models. Share this video with someone who buys expensive Golden Seal supplements. Comment below telling me if you've been buying Golden Seal capsules, or even if you knew it was a plant you could grow. Most of you didn't, and that's exactly how complete the suppression has been. Golden Seal, Hydrastis canadensis. Let me show you what golden seal actually does. Appalachian Mountains, 1840. A Cherokee herbalist maintains a golden seal patch in deep forest shade. Her grandmother planted these roots 60 years ago. Every fall, she harvests a few rhizomes, dries, grinds to powder, uses for infections, digestive issues, immune support. 1 tablespoon of powder treats dozens of ailments. The patch gets bigger every year, spreads slowly through the forest floor. She never plants more, just harvests carefully and lets it expand. This patch will outlive her. Her children will harvest from the same plants, same medicine, same location forever. This was normal across eastern North America. Every indigenous community had golden seal patches, wild or cultivated, protected locations, harvested sustainably, shared knowledge of medicine that worked better than anything Europeans brought. Free medicine, permanent medicine growing in the woods. Then in 1850, white settlers discovered golden seal, saw indigenous peoples using it, started harvesting commercially. Within 50 years, golden seal was nearly extinct in the wild, over-harvested for patent medicine industry. By 1900, wild populations devastated. And instead of teaching cultivation, instead of encouraging people to grow it, the industry said golden seal is rare, difficult, impossible for home growers. Buy our expensive dried root or supplements instead. Complete lie. Golden seal is easy to grow, easier than turmeric in most American climates. But if people knew that, supplement sales collapse. Here's what golden seal actually is. A woodland perennial hardy to zone 3, that's -40 degrees Fahrenheit, grows from rhizomes that spread slowly underground, produces distinctive palmate leaves, dies back in winter, returns in spring. The rhizomes contain berberine and other alkaloids, powerful antimicrobial compounds, anti-inflammatory, immune-supporting, digestive aid. Everything turmeric does, golden seal does stronger. One mature plant produces a rhizome mass weighing 1 to 2 pounds. After drying, that's 4 to 8 ounces of medicinal root. Retail value, $40 to $80 per plant, and the plant regrows. Harvest carefully, leaving growing buds intact. It returns next year bigger. Plant once, harvest for 50 years. Compare this to turmeric. tropical plant, dies below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, must be grown in pots and brought inside in most of America, takes 9 months to produce maybe 8 ounces of fresh root, 1 ounce dried, requires perfect conditions, fails constantly. That's what supplement companies want you attempting because you fail and keep buying their products. Golden Seal succeeds where turmeric cannot even survive. Cold climates, shady areas, forest floors. The places turmeric dies instantly, Golden Seal thrives. But you've never been told this because Golden Seal growing in every backyard destroys a $500 million supplement market. Now let me show you how they buried this knowledge. In 1900, Golden Seal was in every herbal, every medicinal plant book, widely known, widely used. Then the FDA began regulating health claims. In the 1930s, companies couldn't advertise Golden Seal's medicinal properties without approval. Getting approval required expensive studies. Studies require money. Wild harvested plants cannot be patented. No patent, no profit motive for studies. So Golden Seal disappeared from mainstream medicine. Meanwhile, the pharmaceutical industry developed synthetic antibiotics, penicillin, sulfa drugs. These could be patented, marketed heavily. Golden Seal was called folk medicine, outdated, unscientific. Within 20 years, knowledge of Golden Seal shifted from common to fringe. By 1970, Golden Seal was known only in alternative health communities, and even there presented as rare, expensive, difficult to obtain. The message became buy Golden Seal supplements, not grow Golden Seal plants. Cultivation knowledge was never shared. Seeds and roots were never sold commercially. The plant that grew easily in half of North America became impossible to find. That's suppression, deliberate, systematic, successful. Here's what growing Golden Seal actually looks like. Plant in shade, deep shade. Golden Seal evolved under forest canopy, needs at least 80% shade. Full sun kills it. Soil must be rich and well drained. Woodland soil, lots of leaf litter, slightly acidic. If you have established trees, the soil underneath is probably perfect. Plant rhizomes 2 inches deep, 12 inches apart, or scatter seeds on the surface in fall. They need cold stratification. Winter freezing triggers germination in spring. Water first year until established. After that, natural rainfall sufficient in most areas. Golden Seal needs no fertilizer, no pest control. Deer don't eat it. Insects avoid it. The berberine content makes it naturally pest resistant. It just grows slowly, deliberately, expanding over years. First year from seed, tiny plants. Don't harvest. Second year, larger. Still don't harvest. Third year, plants reach maturity, small rhizomes forming, still wait. Fourth year, harvest lightly, dig carefully, take outer rhizomes, leave center intact, with growing buds. The plant regrows. Fifth year onwards, full production. Each plant produces harvestable rhizome annually if you're careful, or harvest every other year for larger rhizomes. The patch expands naturally. One plant becomes 5 plants over 10 years, free multiplication. Harvest in fall after leaves die back. Dig rhizome, wash carefully, slice thin, dry completely, grind to powder, store in jars. 1 ounce of dried Golden Seal powder is $30 retail. Your shady backyard patch produces this infinitely. Now let's talk about what Golden Seal actually treats, because understanding this shows why pharmaceutical companies wanted it buried. Berberine, the primary compound, is antibacterial, antifungal, antiparasitic, treats digestive infections, respiratory infections, skin infections, urinary tract infections. Before antibiotics, Golden Seal was frontline treatment for bacterial illness. It worked, still works. Studies from the 2000s confirmed berberine effectiveness against MRSA, E. coli, candida, various parasites, as effective as pharmaceutical antibiotics for many conditions, sometimes more effective because bacteria don't develop resistance as quickly. This research was published in medical journals, ignored by mainstream medicine. Why? Because you cannot patent Golden Seal, cannot force people to buy it from pharmacies when they can grow it at home. Anti-inflammatory properties rival turmeric. Berberine reduces inflammation markers, helps arthritis, reduces digestive inflammation, supports liver function. Everything turmeric does for inflammation, Golden Seal does comparably. But turmeric became the marketed supplement. Golden Seal stayed hidden. Blood sugar regulation. Berberine lowers blood glucose, improves insulin sensitivity. Studies show effectiveness comparable to metformin for type 2 diabetes management. This research exists, published, proven, never promoted, because metformin is patented and profitable. Golden Seal is neither. The plant growing in Appalachian shade contains medicine that rivals multiple pharmaceutical drugs. That's why it was suppressed. Too effective, too accessible, too impossible to control. Here's the comparison that makes this obvious. Golden Seal supplements cost $40 for 60 capsules. Each capsule contains 400 milligrams of root powder. That's 24 grams total, less than 1 ounce. $40 for less than 1 ounce. Homegrown Golden Seal, one mature plant yields 6 ounces of dried root. Retail value of that root as supplements, $240. Your investment was 1 rhizome, maybe $5, and 0 ongoing cost. The plant produces for 50 years. That's $12,000 of supplement equivalent value from one planting. The math destroys their business model. That's why cultivation knowledge stays buried. The plant more powerful than turmeric, growing in climates where turmeric cannot survive, producing 10 times more medicine per plant, used successfully for 10,000 years by indigenous peoples. They buried it in 50 years, called it rare, called it endangered, made it expensive, never taught cultivation because backyard medicine destroys pharmaceutical profits. Subscribe to Heritage Garden Wisdom right now. Comment below if you're planting Golden Seal this year, or if you think I'm exaggerating its effectiveness. Share this video with someone who needs to know that the most powerful medicines are often the ones they convince you not to grow.